We're on a mission to bring our sailboat Maverick back to the U.S. from Guatemala. So we're sailing on our friend's catamaran from New Orleans, across the Gulf of Mexico, through Mexico and Belize, all the way to Guatemala, where she waits safely at Captain John's. After 28 days, many adventures, and some of the most magical places we've ever been, we're making our last stop in Belize, a short one this time, before continuing on to Guatemala. We'll get to visit our Newfie friends, Chris and Shannon, but we'll be back for a longer visit here in Placencia on our way back to the U.S. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to follow our journey. Give us a like and say hi in the comments as well. We love to hear from you, and it really helps the channel grow. After 28 days, we are pulling into Placencia, Belize. Oh, what a relief. Placencia is a beautiful and laid-back coastal village located on the southern tip of the Placencia Peninsula in Belize. It's a popular destination for cruisers, and we're always excited to make it back there. We left Tobacco Caye bright and early, staying inside the reef, and made our way south. Approaching from the north-northeast, we motored through the cut between the peninsula and Placencia Caye. This anchorage is where most sailors find decent protection from the prevailing northeasterly winds. Yeah. We did it. Yay! We did it! Our friends Chris and Shannon met us in the cut to lead us past the anchorage and to a canal where we could offload some e-bikes that we brought them. Yeah. Do we have enough fenders on the right side? They moved here a few years ago from Shane's homeland, Newfoundland, Canada. We met during one of our first visits to Placencia, and they're basically family now. So good to see y'all. We didn't die. Me too. Almost a few times. Even though this is a short visit on our way to pick up Maverick in Guatemala, it's starting to feel like home here. This is one of those times I'm thankful for copyright restrictions on music so that you don't have to listen to the great time we had at Strange Brews Karaoke Night. We were up bright and early the next day for a visit to the awesome home that Chris and Shannon are building on Placencia Caye. You can see it right over here. Docked at the house is their boat Brook Cove that they motored all the way from Newfoundland through the U.S. and down to Belize. It was quite the trip, roughly 5,000 miles. It was finally time to check out of Belize, so we headed over to the water taxi in town, the Hokey Pokey, for a ride over to Customs and Immigration.
This is the guy I always get.
All right. Hey, man.
On our way back.
Hey guys, is everybody okay?
Yeah, doing good.
Oh, it's been a year since I've been here.
Yeah, you were here with us last time, huh?
Getting warm again, man.
It's warm today.
Warm again.
Humid, no breeze.
It was raining yesterday.
Last night it sprinkled just enough to irritate me.
Yep.
Yes.
I had to close all the flaps.
And just like that, we were all checked out and ready to set sail for Guatemala. The plan was to return in a few weeks on board Maverick.
Can't get near it, go into the wind!
We now had 2 Jeffs on board. Jeff Smith is our friend from Captain John's Marina in Guatemala. He took the water taxi and bus over to Placencia to make the trip back with us. Jeff is going to join us again in Caye Caulker to make most of the trip with us back to the U.S. on Maverick.
Nicholas, hunting, and then line.
Trying to get in before nightfall. I have about 45 minutes, so fingers crossed. And success! We made it just before sunset. We are anchored at Hunting Caye beautifully and perfect timing.
Yes.
Time for passage drinks.
This is a Belizean stout.
Where's my passage drink? Oh, right here. Who opened that beer? I mean,
What do we have?
I
What
got a
is
splash on. I heard.
We've got
some. There you go.
Mine stout.
Mine stout.
stout.
Actually tastes very much like Guinness.
It does.
all right?
Salute.
Salud, boys. Jeff and Shane decided to jump in for a snorkel to catch some underwater footage before sunset. That night, we sat back to enjoy our last beautiful night in Belize before making our way to Guatemala in the morning. We are sailing to Guatemala, and it is hot today. Hot. Not a lot of wind, practically no wind. Well, we're about to be in Guatemala once again.
Getting ready to pull into Guatemala.
And get Maverick. anchored here in Livingston, Guatemala. You might be able to see the guys right there, right behind me. Immigration came out to the boat. We gave them all our documents. Also sent them in to our friend Raul, who's the agent here. And so that should get squared away. They're going in to finalize everything. And behind me, this is the town of Livingston. Alright, so really excited to be back in Guatemala. Love this country, love the people, and really excited to get to Maverick. So this is a big day. We spent one night anchored at Livingston before heading up the Rio Dulce to Captain John's Marina and Maverick.
Alright, so it's a little bit of a strange feeling here actually. It's been a little over 30 days since we left New Orleans in 4 different countries, 1,300 nautical miles, and really coming up the Rio Dulce, it kind of feels like we're coming home. Come up this river several times, and it really feels like home for us now. I'm excited to see it. It feels familiar, and it feels easy.
Well, we made it.
We did make it. I'm really, really tired.
It's been a long 30+ days. Yeah.
Had a really good night's sleep last night on Maverick and air conditioning. I sound like a spoiled guy, but I tell you, man, like just sleeping outside and on something hard, you cannot get rested, you know?
No, that was tough.
So it was fun. It was tough. And but feeling really at home now.
Mm-hmm.
We were just talking, and I don't know what it is. It's just different, but I feel like this is more like living life. Like it's more it's realer, more real
Yeah,
than the type of life we lead in the U.S. I believe.
I agree. Things aren't easier.
No,
As a matter of fact,
they're more difficult.
they're more difficult.
But it feels more like you're living.
Yeah, it sure does.
It's hard to explain. Actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's tough. Even us talking to each other, we struggle to explain it to ourselves.
But there's a level of happiness, I think, and fulfillment, and I don't know, purpose, or I don't know what it is. I can't even put words to it, but there is a level of happiness that's difficult to explain.
That's right. One of our favorite little meals to cook on the boat here in Guatemala, any kind of meat, really, but these peppers and onions, they just taste so different than the peppers in the States. They're sweet, they're flavorful. I don't know what's going on. There are a few things that excite us more than returning to the beautiful country where our journey with Maverick began. From magical lakes to jungles, ancient Mayan ruins, volcanoes, and stunning cities, we never grow tired of this place, and it keeps drawing us back. Join us next time when our sailing adventure back to the U.S. on board Maverick begins. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please let us know in the comments. And as always, we can't wait to meet you out there.